On this episode of Honda Street Garage, we're going to walk you step by step on how to do an Integra Japanese front-end conversion. Okay. Cut the music. Thank you. Now let's get something a little bit more appropriate. Thank you, Mr. Kashi. That's just a mistake on the screen. Anyway, we're doing this on a 4-door Integra because it's a nice car overall. Good engine, good interior. The front is just ruined. So we're going to change it.
But the question is why?
Because it's going to the paint shop soon. We might as well do it before it goes to paint. Besides, it's going to give us 200 extra horsepower. It's also going to make us do a 9-second quarter mile. And girls will think we're awesome. And that's the main reasons why we're doing it. Duh.
Did you say girls?
Why don't we just start talking about the tools we're going to need to get this done? First of all, you're going to need an actual front end. The ones that come from Japan have the headlights, radiator support, hood, fenders, and bumper. So
let's get started.
Oh my God, really? Every time, really? Okay. All right, the first thing you're going to have to do is break down this Japanese front end. You're going to need a 10mm socket, a 12mm socket, a Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, possibly some pliers. The main thing is to be careful while you're taking everything apart. Obviously, try not to bend or break anything. And mostly stay organized. Put the bolts back where you pull them out so that way you can keep track of, where they're at and stuff. The reason why you want to break down the Japanese front end first is because you don't want to start breaking down your car and be stuck if something goes wrong like a moron. Okay, so the main thing that we got to do is get the radiator support by itself. We also have to drill off the rails that came on the original car. Now the spots to drill out are pretty obvious. There's indentions of where you need to drill, and then you just kind of follow along and make sure you take your time. If you go too fast and try to push through the metal too fast, you'll end up overheating the bits and snapping them in half. Here's a shot of the first rail finally drilled off. A lot of times what'll happen is you'll drill holes, but maybe you'll miss, a little bit here or there, or they'll still be somewhat welded. So the best thing to do is get a chisel and a hammer and bang them off. Now, when you get to this point when one rail is drilled off and you're about to start the next one, you have to be careful because radiator supports aren't really that strong. So it will flex and bend as you try to drill the other half off. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing this. These drill bits are fine. They're actually the best ones to use. They're the perfect size. They cut right through the metal. The only problem is if you push too hard and go too fast, you will snap them. And we went through about 4 of them in about an hour's time, which was, way too fast. We had a lot of drilling left to do. Luckily, we found comparable bits at a Harbor Freight store. We found a 10-pack for about $5, but they were the same strength. They didn't cut through the metal as well, but they got the job done. Now here's the radiator support all drilled out, ready to go on the car. I know what you're thinking. Oh God, it looks so good. Yeah, but no. Just buy a brand new one of these and save yourself about 4.5 hours of hell of drilling and banging and, risking screwing the whole thing up. Since we're ready to put the thing on the car, now we got to break down the car and get it ready to go on. Alright, clearly these are shots of us breaking down the whole front of the car. Get the bumper off, the fenders off, the hood off, the headlights out, get rid of them, do whatever you want, sell them to a friend, light them on fire.
Light them on fire!
Okay, yeah, we didn't really light them on fire, but we just, we tossed them in the trash. We didn't need them anymore. We're all wrecked. Okay, we gotta get this radiator support off. You don't have to disconnect the radiator or air conditioning. We just got a damn sawzall and started hacking. And now we start yanking. We did have to drill out some of the spot welds and then mostly use a hammer and chisel to get this damn thing off. It did not want to come.
Bang it with the hammer.
Bang it with the damn hammer, yes. We had to bang it with the hammer a lot. This
Cut
process...
with the sawzall.
Yeah, we cut it with the sawzall, obviously.
Get that damn thing off authority.
Obviously. Yeah, we wanted the damn thing off. You know, it's just, you gotta...
Success.
Okay. Success. And this is what it looks like when you finally get it off. And the parts we're gonna put on, and a shot of the parts that we have taken off. And now we're going to start reassembling the car, but before you do that, I would definitely suggest taking a lunch or drinking a beer.
Put the radiator support
Yes,
on the car.
put the radiator support on the car. Jesus. Alright, basically when you do this, you mount it up, get it, you know, pretty close to where you think it should be, and then you mount it with 4 bolts, 2 on each side, that came from where the original bumper was on the car. You kind of shimmy and you'll notice, you know, how high or low it'll be. Now keep in mind not to flex the radiator support too much. Once you get the bolts in, you can kind of mount the radiator and start bolting everything up to that. Now here's a shot with one of the bolts in that holds the radiator support on the car. Now the great thing is that these radiator supports have mounting tabs for the fenders, so at this point you want to put the fenders on and it'll help you line everything up. From there, put the hood on, then the headlights, and kind of shimmy and find where everything goes. Now, for the headlights, these damn headlights were probably the most unexpected pain in the ass that we didn't see coming. These headlights were HID, so we had to make room for them. And the way we did it on the passenger side is we got rid of the mounting bracket for the ABS module. We had to just pull it out. Now, when you put the headlight in, it will snug up against it and keep everything nice, safe, and tight. Now, for the driver's side, we had to basically get rid of the washer fluid reservoir. We had to take that out to make enough room for the HIDs. Wiring for these headlights is actually more simple than getting the ones without the HIDs. Most of the wires were color to color, but you can look online and find the wiring diagram. Now make sure that you remember to wire up the blinkers properly, the side corner lights properly, and you're also going to have to keep pulling the fenders off, putting the bumper on, just making sure everything lines up nice. The great thing about these front ends is that you can bolt them up completely and then drive away and go take it somewhere else to have it welded on. That's what's great about these. But this is the final product. Enjoy. Thanks for watching On the Street Garage.